Hey guys, and welcome back to Misha's Corner. Today I'm going to show you how to make this delicious jollof rice recipe. It was requested, and so here we are. Y'all know I love rice anyway, so I was going to do it. And it's, it was cheap to make. Also, if you have any requests, leave them below or in my description box. There's all the info that you need if you have a request for a recipe. So right now I'm cutting up my veggies that's going to be roasted and blended for the rice. And I'm using a red bell pepper. And you just want to cut the whole thing up and just take out the ribs, the seeds as per usual. Next is the tomatoes. I'm using Roma tomatoes. Use whatever tomatoes you prefer or comfortable with. And again, I don't have a huge family, so I'm only making like just a limited amount of rice, but if you have a big family or if you're meal prepping, all you gotta do is double the recipe, everything times 2, and you're good to go. This is a habanero. I am going to remove the seeds of 1/2 of it because it's just way too hot for me. Some people could take all that heat and they'll leave all the seeds and ribs in, but on one side, I'm removing it to cut back on the heat a bit. If you can't handle spice, I suggest taking all the seeds out because it was spicy, but it was really, really good and delicious. And then this is an onion that I'm going to chop up, and pretty much this is it. And then I'm also going to add some garlic. But again, I want to repeat about that habanero. If you're not experienced with it or you're not good with spice, I suggest taking all the seeds out. And so here is where I'm going to add my garlic down in here. And you want to just go ahead and drizzle it with oil. And then I'm going to roast it in the oven until everything breaks down a bit and gets nice and toasty and married together. Some people don't roast it. They'll just blend it and then cook it down. But I just want to not confuse anyone and just keep it simple and keep it moving. So now I'm just going to pop it in the oven. When it comes out, I'll show you guys what that looks like. About 35 minutes later on 350 degrees, this is what it looks like right here. And now I'm just going to add it to my blender and blend it on up. I'm not adding any juice, liquid, water, anything, just blend it. And first of all, this combination just smells so good. I wanted to slap it on a piece of bread with some cheese and just go about my day so bad. But I said, Misha, calm down. Get through this recipe and let's move on. So now I'm just going to add the mixture to this bowl so I can have everything nice and prepped and ready to go. I really like this rice. I'm definitely going to repeat it. I'm thinking about the theme for my Thanksgiving dinner, and I might be making this rice because it's really, really good. So I had some bacon fat from another recipe that I recorded on this day, and that's what I'm using here. You can use oil, butter, whatever you want, but I had bacon fat. Why wouldn't I use it? Extra flavor. So now you're gonna saute down an onion down in here. Yes, more onion, child, more onion. Right down in here. You're gonna saute this down for about 5 minutes. After that, I'm going to add my tomato paste down in here, and I'm going to cook that out for another 2 to 3 minutes. You want to just cook it out just a bit to get that raw tomatoey flavor out of it. And the tomato paste is also going to add a lot of color to the rice and flavor, of course. So yes, more tomato products, you guys. So jollof rice is all over the internet. There's several ways you can make it, but this is how I'm making it today. It might not be all the way authentic, but this is the way I know how to make it. And so now I'm going to add the puree down in here, and I'm going to cook this down for another 5 minutes again, and just like I'm doing here. Okay, so once I cook that out, I'm going to add my chicken stock down in here. I'm using about 2.5 cups of chicken stock, and it's low sodium as well. And then you want to mix this up like I'm doing here and get everything nice and bubbly and married together. This smells so amazing. Like I can't even deal with how delicious this smells. So right now I'm going to spice it up. I'm going to add some fresh thyme, some bay leaves, and I'm going to season it with some of this garlic butter seasoning that I have, as well as some chili powder, and as well as some Maggie chicken flavor bouillon powder, whatever you want to call it, yeah. We have so many names for it, by the way. And you want to put that down in there and mix it up and get everything nice and melted together. Once it's nice and bubbly like this right here, it's time to add the rice. So this is my washed, cleaned basmati rice. You can use the rice you prefer. I'm using basmati because it's hard to mess it up. Okay, so if you're not experienced with rice as well, get basmati. You can't mess it up. And if you mess it up, you don't need to be cooking, child, because it's really hard to mess up basmati rice. I also added 2 tablespoons of butter. Once this come back up to a simmer, I'm going to cut the heat down, cover it, and allow it to cook. Look how amazing this looks already. Like, I cannot deal. And like I said, this rice is so good. Even by itself, you don't even need a protein. But it's really, really, really good. So in about 30 minutes, 25-30 minutes, this is what the rice looks like. I'm going to fluff it out and plate it up and show you guys what that looks like. Look how fluffy, delicious, and perfect this rice looks. Now tell me you don't want that on your dinner table. Whether it's with some vegetables, some steak, some chicken, some ribs, whatever it may be. But thank you guys so much for watching. I love you for your support. I hope you try this recipe. If you do, follow me on social media and tag me and let me know what you think. And I'll catch you guys on my next video. Bye.